Madam Speaker, I urge my colleagues to oppose the rule on this legislation that's coming forward. But before we get to the vote on the rule, we're going to have a vote on ordering the previous question. And I urge my colleagues to vote no on ordering the previous question, because that is the way to show your support for today's spending cut reduction under the U-Cut program that millions of Americans have participated in. This week's spending cut, developed by Congressman Phil Gingrey of Georgia, addresses one of the perpetual roadblocks to American private sector job creation and economic recovery: federal employee unions. The proposal would prohibit taxpayer funding for union activities, saving taxpayers $120 million a year, or $1.2 billion over the next 10 years. Federal employees' unions collect millions in revenue each year and spend significant amounts on political activities and lobbying. I do not believe that they should be also be subsidized by the taxpayers for their official functions. Instead of subsidizing union activities, the federal government must work to both eliminate every cent of waste and squeeze every cent of value out of each dollar our citizens entrust to it. When we're facing gigantic deficits each year, the President's budget that he submitted earlier this year projects a 70% expenditure over top of what we're going to take in revenues. $3.8 trillion in spending, $2.2 trillion in tax revenues coming in. That is completely unsustainable, and yet, as far as the eye can see, for the next 10 years, as far out as the Congressional Budget Office projects, we face deficits that are 2 and 3 times as large as they had ever been previously in our history, including the last time the Republicans were in the majority in this Congress. We spent too much money in 2004 when we had a $400 billion deficit. That looks like peanuts today compared to what we're facing. Support the effort to cut our government spending. Oppose the ordering of the previous question.